Well, hello and welcome. I have no idea as to how long it's been since my last video. And it's easy for me to say, well, it's just been too long. But because I made a commitment to not just make point A to point B videos, I've been okay with going into this period of silence. My goal from the start of this channel was to provide value to my viewers by educating pilots and non-pilots alike about something they didn't know, or providing a new perspective regarding best practices and knowledge to help pilots continue on the path to becoming an appropriately confident pilot, which, by the way, is a big focus area for me. So I've been waiting until something came along that might have value for people and pilots, and I think that moment is here. If you've seen my videos, you know how much I love flying and how much I've enjoyed learning every nook and cranny about all planes, but specifically my SR22, including the systems that I've been flying for the last 9 years. As it relates to my Cirrus time, I've logged some 2,000 hours over the last 20 years. I love the bird you've seen in my videos, and she is a great airplane, has helped to bring new experiences to my life and help me build proficiency and confidence in my aviation journey. Now, behind the scenes, I've dreamed about moving to a turbine-driven aircraft. However, reality set in, and it became evident to me that the financials and my mission just couldn't justify that move. And since I love what I fly and it meets my missions, why change? But then Cirrus made an announcement that changed everything. They announced the SR22 G7 Plus. The game changer was a feature called Safe Return. It's an emergency auto-land system that aviates, navigates, and communicates the aircraft to a safe landing without any human intervention. Even cooler, Safe Return can be initiated by an occupant in the airplane, or if the pilot is by themselves and becomes unresponsive or erratic, the airplane will initiate the emergency system on its own. Now that's really cool. And just as my wife loved the idea of the parachute so many years ago when we got into the Cirrus flying, Safe Return was a safety feature that made sense to her as well. But the big question is, could we afford it? Well, long story short, we found a way. I collaborated with one of my existing partners in my current plane, as well as an additional SR22 flying friend, and he was in a different partnership, and then I joined with another flying buddy that flies for the airlines, and we got together, and after a short discussion, we agreed to look into the details and maybe move forward. We looked at a lead time that we expected to be in the 18 to 24 month time frame. So we were not optimistic about moving forward. I picked up the phone and made a call to my local Cirrus sales director. And he said he had a customer that had previously ordered a normally aspirated SR22, which is what we were looking for, and it was to be signed for in late September, but now that customer called back and saying, can they delay delivery? So our timing was perfect. We had one more internal discussion, and then we signed for the SR22 G7 Plus. Yep, you heard it right. I can't believe it either. It's very exciting stuff. Now, there were a couple caveats that were okay. One, the paint scheme had already been determined. And two, the plane was committed to the Cirrus program, which has Cirrus fly it for the first 100 hours. Which that was fine with us. Get the break-in out of the way, find all the squawks that come up in a new airplane, and it'll be professionally managed, so we're good with it. We just hate the delay. Matter of fact, for a quick update, the plane is out of manufacturing and has been through prime and paint, so we know it's getting close. As I looked at the complex organizational, logistical, and execution requirements, it occurred to me that I should document the process leveraging this PF Flying YouTube channel to show how we go from vision to reality. And this includes not only the purchase and the manufacturing process, but how to sell the existing shares and exit the partnership with class and respect, and at the same time organizing and creating a new partnership for our new arrival. There are lots of decisions to be made, like how the plane will be shared, how it will be flown, paid for, and maintained. What are our fixed and variable costs, and how does that translate to monthly and hourly fees? how to manage the calendar, which ensures the existing plane is sold in time to help pay for the new plane, and then how to remain proficient in the subsequent months while we wait for the new plane to be delivered. There's a lot to consider, plan for, and decide upon in a relatively short time frame. And then beyond that, the other things that I think people want to know about is once the plane is delivered, how do I build my Perspective Plus Touch G3000 based knowledge with the goal of matching what I've done for the last 9 years in my Perspective G1000 based platform. I demand that of myself, as do my partners. We want to be experts on the system. So we thought, hey, we can include that in the YouTube channel as well. I love learning new things and think many of you share that sentiment. So I look forward to you joining us along the way. Expect my first video in the next couple weeks, and until then, blue skies and tailwinds.